Okay, so I found this spot here in Granville Island, and I thought I would do my Saturday update from here. Granville Island is just, if you're not in Vancouver, it's a little space in Vancouver that is owned by the Canadian government, so not technically part of Vancouver, but a really cool place where you can go to restaurants. And I just had dinner here, and thought I would post my video from here because I thought there was some cool stuff going on back here. Kind of goes along with my whole inspired cinematography bit. Anyway, today I wanted to talk a little bit about the concept of no. And no being, we talked about last week, the idea of having these sort of failure conferences or failure webinars once a month, or failure meetings, where we talk about the things that didn't work and the things that and what we can learn from it. And this week especially got me thinking a lot about the idea of hearing the word no. And being in the film industry, we get used to hearing the word no all the time. Well, actually, I don't know if we ever actually get used to hearing the word no, but I think that the key to success in the film industry is learning how to get the word no and how to use that as a way of fueling yourself forward. So what do I mean by that? Back when I was a kid, I was a baseball player, and I would say I was an above average baseball player. I used to play for the Dunbar Little League, and I played all the way up until I was about 18 years old, and I played fairly competitively, but I was never what I would call the star of the team. I wasn't the guy who was going to get up and hit a home run or anything like that. I was a competent baseball player, but one of the things I think that I always felt made me a better player was that no matter what happened on the field, I took every experience that we had as an opportunity to learn and as an opportunity to grow. So for example, when I was 12 years old, our baseball team wound up winning, I think, one game over the course of an entire season, and this is when I was 12. And the one game we won was a game that I happened to be pitching in, but we didn't win a single game aside from that the entire year. Now, for most 12-year-olds, that would have been incredibly discouraging and probably would have been a reason to quit baseball. And I think that part of the reason that I enjoyed baseball so much was that the winning, the losing, while very important, I always wanted to win, losing made me a better player, because every time we lost a game, I used that as an opportunity or as fuel for trying to get better and trying to see what could we do to win the next game. And I've often found that you learn more by losing oftentimes than you do by winning. And as we went through my baseball career, again, I was never a superstar in the game at all. I think I didn't have that raw talent to be a professional baseball player. But when I finally finished my baseball career, I wound up winning what was called the Mr. Hustle Award at the Okanagan Major League Baseball camp. And what they said was that the reason I won that award, and this is when I was 17 years old, was that I always wanted to improve. So no matter what happened, you'd find me in the batting cage, you'd find me shagging baseballs, you'd find me throwing the ball or doing anything I could to get better every single day, win or lose, especially when we lost. So how does that translate to being in the film industry? Film industry is full of rejection. We received an email back the other day. We've been inquiring with distributors about providing or coming on board to support us for the Quiet Canadians. And the email we got the other day from one of the potential sales agents was that our film lacks any packaging, and therefore it's a no. And it kind of, it gives you that feeling at first, you think to yourself, oh, I just want to tell these people to F off, screw them, I'm gonna do it my own way. But when I think about my baseball career, and I think to myself, well, one response could have been, "Screw them, I'm going to do it my own way." The actual, I think, response to that is more appropriately, okay, so they've said no because they don't see the value in what we have for our film. I think there is lots of value in what we have. So the key now is for me to figure out, okay, well, what's the gap between what they see and what I see? What do I need to do to improve myself as a filmmaker? See, that's the thing we don't always think about is sometimes people, the common positive mental attitude approach is if someone says no, you just keep going. And I think that that's an important thing, is that you shouldn't let no's deter you. But what you also have to do is add a little bit of a caveat to that and say, like, well, a no doesn't mean a no forever. It means a no, not yet. Give me something else that I can say yes to. Which means go back, make it better, and come back to us with something that is something that we can get behind. And I think that's a more important way to look at things. When we were making 13 Miles, we applied to Telefilm, which is our Canadian grant company, for a grant to make the movie. When we applied to them at the script stage, they said, the script isn't ready, you're not ready to make the movie. We found some money and we started making the movie. They actually came back to us and said, oh, we see you're making the movie. Do you want to apply for more money, to apply for some production funding? We said, yes, of course. And they said, okay, send us some dailies, send us some things that you've done so that we can see if it's something we want to get behind. We did. We spent hours, we put it all together, we sent it to them, and we said, here you go. And then they turned back to us and said, yeah, it's still not something we want to fund. I mean, this is after they already asked us to send them something. So, okay, we kept going. We raised some more money. 13 Miles was oftentimes made on the fact that we got some private financing, but then we would go and we would work a bit and then earn enough money to pay for each and every shoot day. So we finished filming the movie, and in February of 2018, Telefilm comes back to us and says, hey, have you finished filming the movie? And we said, yeah, well, we finished production. We've got some post-production and some pickups to do. And they said, well, we can give you a post-production grant if you have a rough cut. So of course, there were two ways to approach this. We could have said, well, you guys have said no to us all the way, so why would we put all this effort in to get something ready just so that you can say no to us again? But instead of that, what we did was we finished our rough cut and we sent it to them, and they said, great, we'll give you money to finish the film. And so they gave us a post-production grant, which was definitely significant enough to allow us to fund coloring and sound design and all these other things and pickup shoots and so on to help finish the film. And the thing is that had we taken that initial rejection and first of all, if we had taken the initial rejection and said, oh, Telefilm doesn't like us, therefore we shouldn't make the movie. Well, first of all, we never would have had our feature film under our belt. And if we had continually taken their rejection as a sign that Telefilm can't be a partner with us in the movie, well, we wouldn't have gotten the money in the end to help finish the post-production. And this kind of circles back to this no email that we got from a sales agent about the Quiet Canadians. Because I know Quiet Canadians, I mean, it's a Canadian spy movie. I mean, this obviously has a lot of sales potential. But right now what's happening is that we have some sales agents and potential distributors who are looking at it right now and going, okay, well, it's not quite ready yet for what we are looking for. And it reminds me that their no is actually a better answer than a maybe, or better answer than a no comment or no response, because their no tells me that there's more work to be done, and if we put some more work into it, maybe at the end of the tunnel there might be something there. And even if it isn't with this distributor or that sales agent, it means that the work is still worth doing because we believe so much in the movie, and we believe that this movie has a lot of potential to to not just be a financial success, but also to be a really powerful Canadian movie that has a power to reach quite a few audiences. So get used to hearing no. Don't be so quick to dismiss it or to throw your hands up in the air and say, well, screw them. Use the no strategically. Get back in the batting cage. Figure out how to fix your swing. Make your swing better. Keep practicing. And eventually, the no's will turn into something that you probably didn't anticipate and will lead to your success. Yeah, that's my Saturday rant. So, more next week. Chat soon.